Hey everybody, this is gonna be a new thing I'm trying. I don't know how much I'm gonna do it. This is a ride home from work. Tonight we just did the Finspan. We're driving in the car, we're driving home. Which is why there's no video of me, because I don't want to be distracted by my camera. Blah, blah, blah. We just finished our board game night for the new board game Finspan by Stonemeier Games. They do stuff like, their big one is Wingspan. Scythe is another really big popular one. I have a bunch of others. They all have a bajillion expansions. Stonemeier, awesome publisher. Really, really fun games. Merging onto Route 1. Alright, we're good. So I just thought I'd give my initial first few thoughts on Finspan. So Finspan's goal is kind of to be a bridge game, I think, in the sense that Wingspan's an awesome game. To someone who plays board games, is a board game enthusiast or board game hobbyist like myself, I personally wouldn't rank Wingspan as like a super complicated, hard game. And I've taught people who aren't board gamers how to play Wingspan, and they usually pick it up pretty quick. But I think it's definitely a cut above a lot of other games, and I take it a little for granted sometimes. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, Wingspan, I love Wingspan, but it takes so long to play, or it takes so long to teach. It's very complicated." In my opinion, it's not a very complicated board game, but I can see where there's some unintuitiveness when you're not already a hobbyist. Anyways, I won't get into too much discussion about Wingspan because this is not what this is about. It's about Finspan. Finspan's trying to be Wingspan, but a little bit simpler and kind of a bridge between for the new board gamer into the board gaming hobby. So it's a lot simpler, a lot more streamlined, pun intended, ha ha ha. Finspan is about fish, Wingspan is about birds. They have another game called Wormspan, which is about dragons. It's really, really fun, but it's Wingspan, but heavier, harder game, or more complicated, rather. We had 2 different boards of Wingspan going tonight. I think everyone had a ton of fun. I had a lot of fun. I think Finspan's is really good. For me, my initial thoughts, Finspan's really good. It has some, I don't know if clunkiness is the right word. I think it's more like I'm used to how Wingspan plays, where there's lots of cascading abilities that stack on top of each other and create kind of this intricate engine as you progress through the game. Finspan is still an engine building game in the sense that the more fish that you play, the more efficient your game actions become. But there's a lot more fish that are like one and done kind of effects. Like you play it, you get 3 eggs, and that's it. That kind of thing. And I think that's cool. What I really like about Birdspan is What I like about Wingspan is that the majority of the birds are brown powers, which means that they do something every single time you take that game action. So every time you gain food, you go down the line, you activate your first brown power, your second brown power, your third brown power, and by the end of it, you get more than just gaining food. You also maybe draw a card, or you stash a food onto a bird, or you move a bird around the habitats, whatever. Finspan kind of lacks on that front. I think in a way that is definitely easier to pick up if you're a new board gamer. But that's definitely where it feels like it's lacking. I really like the eggs to young to school paradigm, where you lay eggs, you hatch the eggs and the young, and then you make the young swim together into a school, and the school scores extra bonus points. I think that's great. Adds another dimension of play where you're moving stuff around that aren't the fish themselves. It's the tokens around the board. It makes a really great spatial element. I think that's awesome. I think The diving mechanic's really cool. I think it's a little clunky trying to explain to players, like, yes, you take this action, but you don't get it unless there's a fish in this habitat. But you don't get it for each fish. You just have to check to make sure there's at least one fish. It irons out within like 2 turns of gameplay. But I think that's a little clunky to teach to new players. But very minor thing. I think where the game is now, I think it's a great bridge game to bring people from Settlers of Catan level board game to Wingspan level board game. I think it's a great bridge in that case. I think the game is going to benefit a ton with an expansion or two. I think if we get, and it's already primed for perfect expansion. Right now, might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure all of the fish are from the ocean. Super easy to just be like, this is the rivers expansion, or this is the lakes and ponds expansion, or the swamp area expansion. I think they have those primed and ready. I think with an expansion or two to make more veteran board gamers have some more stuff to play with, more mechanics to manipulate, I think it'll be in a really sharp spot. So all in all, Finspan, really great game. I think it needs some kinks ironed out, which will probably get fixed with expansions. Really good game to teach beginners into the board gaming hobby. Anyways, I just pulled into my driveway, and that's going to be the end of my first little drive home from work thing. So hope you like that. All right, see ya.